Hi Stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is July 11th, 2024. This is take number 4 and not just a little take. I have gone through this halfway 3 times. This is my 4th time and my final time, so I hope I can get it done. The first time I tried to film this, in the middle of finishing my intro and starting to show things, the doctor's office calls. So you can't ignore those calls, you got to answer them. Because if you don't, getting hold of them again is a nightmare. So I had to stop videoing and I said, well, I'll just start over again, no big deal. And so I started a second time. In the middle of the second time, sorry, my hair looks like heck now because it's hot as hell here. During the second time, I was doing it standing up because I thought I have so many fully finishes to show. I would rather do it standing up. It'll be easier to show them, get them close to the camera and do all those things. And in the middle of showing things, I started getting weak and lightheaded. So I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. I need to stop and try again. So I did. I sat down, I got myself situated, got everything where I wanted it, and started again. And I got through with showing all of my fully finishes before I realized that I did not hit the start button. So needless to say, I was talking to myself that whole time, and I'm like, holy cow, 4th time is charm. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to do it today. It has been a rough couple of weeks. I've had a lot of medical things going on, doctor's visits and such. And then last Wednesday, the 3rd, I got word that my mother passed away. And that really just hit me pretty hard. I have not seen my mom in 5 years since we left Florida. We were planning a trip in the fall to go and see her this year because I know she was getting ill and I needed to do that. And I didn't do it soon enough. So that really put a halt to a lot of the things I was doing. And especially my stitching and stuff, I just couldn't concentrate on it to do any stitching. So I knew I had to stay busy, so I decided I would do a little finishing if I could get myself in the mood, because with finishing, it'll sit until I feel like I'm in the mood to do it. A lot of times I have to cut frames and cut mat board and stuff like that, and I have to be paying attention to what I'm doing. So I pulled out some pillows, I stitched them together, they sat for a little while, and then I said, okay, let's stuff these pillows. I ended up stuffing the pillows, which I'll show you here in a minute. And all of a sudden, I started pulling things out. I was pulling everything out that needed to be finished. I have so much stuff that is stitched from 2018, 17 that I have not fully finished. So I started pulling stuff up, trying to figure out frames, trying to figure out how I was going to get it done. And I went to town. That really helped me through the difficult time to know that, I was keeping my mind busy. And I had to do it in segments because standing outside, my husband brought out my miter saw for me and helped me cut some things. But standing outside in the heat, I couldn't handle it. So I'd have to do a little bit of time, come back in, go out, do a little bit of time, come back in. But I was able to finally get some things fully finished. So now we're having a fully finished parade. So let's get started, because not only do I have that, I have lots of other things to show as well. Lord only knows if I can get through this, how long this video is going to be. So sit yourself down, get a drink, get your stitching, get in your comfy chair, flip me on the TV, and let's get started. And you just have to look up when I start showing things and you go right back to your stitching. The first thing that I want to share are the pillows that I started. I stitched 3 of the 5 pillows. They are from the Little Stitcher on not Instagram, the Little Stitcher on Etsy. These are the pillows, the little animal. She has just the cutest little designs. I picked this one up. I did the 3 mammals. So I did the fox, the deer, and the squirrel. I still haven't done the birds, but I have the fabric ready to do them. Haven't started them yet. And these are my three little pillows that I finished. Let's start with the squirrel. And she's got something on her. So let me pick it off. There we go. So this is my squirrel. This is a 32 count. And I've memorized all this stuff now, so it shouldn't be an issue. 32 count raw petty point, 2/2. The trim I got from a thrift store. So I put the trim on it, and on the back it has some autumn-like fabric, which I thought kind of matched this. It's autumn wintry fabric. And I haven't put my sticker on the back that has my name and stuff, but I will. And so that's the first one. The second one is the fox. And again, same exact finishing. And same fabric on the back. So that is the fox. Aren't they so cute? They are adorable. And the last one is the deer. He's a little bit different than the other two. So he is there. And then on the back, because it's a deer, I had to put camo hunting fabric because I ran out of the other fabric, and I said he needs to have camo fabric because he's a deer. So there is the last one. So those are the three pillows that got me into this finishing frenzy. I do have a fourth pillow that I finished, but I still have to put, I'm going to do ruche ribbing around it. So I'll share that next time. I haven't gotten to that yet. So there is a fourth one that will be shown. The next thing that I worked on was this pattern called Ornamental Joy. This is from Country Cottage Needleworks. It is on a 32 count gingerbread linen. And I found this frame that fit it perfectly. Did I fit it perfectly? Nope. It was a frame I cut down. It is a frame that I cut down and I painted. So, and here it is. So I was trying to match the frame with the green O in the center. So I think it looks pretty good. And this has been sitting since 2018, July 2018, 6 years to be fully finished. So I thought it was about time to try to do that. I had laced this years ago onto the board, and there were some years that I just put it out on an easel with it laced on the board, and I really wanted to figure out how I really wanted to get it framed. And I had another idea of how to do it, and then at the last minute I said, I'm just going to throw it in a frame. So I cut down a frame and made it for it, and I think it looks just fine. I will probably put that on an easel on my fireplace for Christmas. My next frame finish is called Stars and Stripes Birdhouse. This is from Raspberry Patch Designs. It is stitched on a 28 count Whisper Blue linen. I think it's a Witchelt. And I originally painted the frame red, and I didn't like it. So I ended up painting the frame blue. And there it is. It's got a couple of it's got a plastic button here, and then it's got a just another button company or Jabco, one or the other button there. And this will go up on my patriotic wall. The next framed item is called Merry Christmas. This is from Little Dove Designs. This was completed in October of 2019, and it is like a band sampler style Christmas, and I didn't think I would ever find a frame or figure out how I was going to finish this. But this frame just popped in. I saw it. I picked it up at a thrift store, not knowing what I was going to use it for, and it fit it perfectly. I just had to recut the mat that was inside of it, which I decided just to leave the mat, and it works, and it's fine for me. So this is it. So it's got a gold tone frame, it's got the mat, and then you can see the mat kind of matches it. And then this is the design. I really enjoyed stitching this. This is on a 28 count or 32 count Monaco. It's hand dyed by me. I think all the snow and stuff just pops on it. And I'm glad to have this in a frame so I can put it out for next Christmas. You can see most of my frames I haven't put backers on yet because I just put these things together. Haven't got that far yet. The next frame piece I want to show you is is called Autumn Leaves. It is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. It is, I don't think it's sitting in this frame straight. Is it straight there? Hold on. I think it's straight. Okay. It is on 36 count Be Stitch Me Garden Party. Love this fabric. For fall items, this is an absolutely fabulous choice of fabrics. And this is it here. And again, I painted the frame that green because I thought it matched the design. I really wanted to paint it orange, but I couldn't find an orange paint that I really loved for this. So for the time being, it's going to stay green. It may change at some point and become orange if I can find the correct, it's like a burnt orange that I really want. But I think it's fine for now, and that will go up in the fall. And it has a little easel back. Let me tell you, oval frames and round frames, they're difficult to find. If you can find them, make sure you grab them because they do work for a lot of different things. I was not planning to put this in an oval frame. I actually had a cutting board, you know, one of those cutting boards you mount things to. And I was planning that and looking for something in my closet to add to the mat board, I think. I thought I had something that would look cute with it or whatever. And I went in my closet and here was this frame. It was brown. And I'm like, I wonder if it'll fit in that. And I pulled it out and it did. It was a perfect fit. Worked great. Didn't have to mount it on a board. Didn't have to mount it on the cutting board. It worked out great. I love it this way. So you never know what's going to fit for what. You got to go through your stuff. My next fully finished was also a finish. It is Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Under the Sea SAL. I started this in 2022. I just finished it recently. And I had a lot of stitching to do on this one from the last time you saw it. But what I ended up doing is I took all the little scuba divers out. I left the mermaid in. I put her a green tail. And all the empty space from the scuba divers, I ended up putting in other little creatures, multiplying what was already there. I did not put the frame or the words on it. And I absolutely love this. I used Kryneck for the mermaid's tail. And I really wanted a lot of sparkle on this. And the fabric was not sparkly. But I did have, I was a scrapbooker way back when. I remembered having a spray that you would spray paper to make it glittery. And I thought, why can't I just spray that on the fabric and make my fabric glitter fabric? And so I did. I didn't have much left, but because it evaporated over the years, unfortunately. And so I sprayed it down and I didn't see any sparkle. I'm like, well, this must be worn out. It must be a bad container. It's not really showing any sparkle. And I set it down. I come back a couple of hours. I pick it up and it is loaded with sparkles. It just needed to dry. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the sparkle or not, but there it is. I don't know if I'll leave it in this frame or not. It's just an 8x10 frame and I'm trying to see if you can catch the sparkle in it. But I absolutely love this finish. I'm so glad this is done. You can see my little mermaid. I made her a redhead. I don't think she was a redhead before. I turned her into a redhead. And then I gave her a green tail with some Glisten Gloss, which is a shimmery thread you can use. And I think it came out fabulous. Absolutely love it. Thinking about painting the frame, just not sure if I will or what color I will do it. Okay, next framed item. This is called Flowers, getting into the bigger stuff now. Flowers Feed the Soul. It is called Feed the Soul. It is from Stitches Through the Years. I stitched this on a piece of 40 count linen that I hand dyed myself. I used the called for colors of thread. It was in DMC. And this is a frame that I've had for a while, and I just didn't make the connection between the two until I started pulling stuff out. It's a very rustic, I don't want to call it rustic, shabby chic type of frame. It's got a lot of different colors around it, but the colors are actually in the design, which made it really neat when I really looked at it. It has some golds in it, and it's like a coppery gold. It has some red. And you can see there's like a mauve red in here. So it worked out really good. So this is Flowers Feed the Soul by Little Stitches Through the Years. I think she's back on Etsy again. So absolutely love this design. I finished this one in, did I write it down? I didn't. I don't know when I finished this. It's been a few years it's been finished. I don't know why I haven't stitched more of her designs because I have several of them, but I really do love them. They're beautiful. But I think it works for this frame. I didn't want to cut the frame down because it was just so little between the top and the bottom to cut off. It would be more of a pain to cut it than not, and it doesn't bother me like this. So I think it looks beautiful. I love it. I think the frame is perfect for it. And that's another finish. What do I got? A couple more. This is from the Drawn Thread. This is called Welcome Winter. This is from, they have 4 separate patterns, one for each season. I've completed all 4 of them. This is the last one I had to fully finish. I do not have this in the frame because the frame is hanging on the wall with July, summer in it. So I should have brought it so I could show you the frame and show you summer and then show you how winter would be displayed in it, but I didn't think about that, so I'm not going to get it now. I'll show it in the fall when I switch it out again. But this is the finished part that I just need to show you. And I have a mat up against it just to show you how it will look finished, but it's not necessarily the mat that's going to be with this. And there it is. Now, if you know anything about Drawn Thread, they have a lot of specialty stitches, and that's what makes their design so beautiful. So I love this. I love those pine cones. They're just so cute. So it is a beautiful design and well worth the stitch. One of the things I have in my living room by my front door is this frame that's right there that always says welcome. And I switch it out with the seasons. And that's how I like to do it. I'm not too much onto the monthly switching, but I like the seasonal. I can do 4 times a year. So I have several things that I switch out through the season that might be in the same exact frame, but different mats and different things, but all the same type. So this is one of them. The other one that I like to do is the Cricut Collections seasonal, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And I've had autumn done since 1999. I had it fully finished then when we were in the motorhome, and this is what it looks like. And I was talking to one of the subscribers. She was emailing me back and forth, and she talked about she had autumn finished and she wasn't sure how she was going to finish it. So I said I would show my autumn finish and how I did it and how I was going to do spring, which I have now fully finished. So this was autumn, and I didn't have any place to hang frames or anything in the motorhome. So this ended up just getting matted. It had a little hook. I hung it over the door in the motorhome in the autumn time, and I was fine with that. When I went to do spring, I wasn't sure I wanted to do the same thing. I'm like, I really don't like that. I may have to take that apart and figure out how to get it in a frame. We're in a house now, and I want to be, I prefer it in a frame. So I found this black frame, and it's still dusty. This black frame in my stash of frames, and it fitted perfectly. It went right into it. Right into it. So this is now how autumn is displayed, and I think it is gorgeous like this with the black frame. It really makes all the oranges and the blacks pop. So this is how I'm going to display all my seasons now. So I have autumn done, I have spring done, I still need to do summer and winter. So let's talk about spring. Spring is right here, and I'm going to show it in a frame, but this is not the frame it's going to be in. I did the same finish as I did in autumn. It is double matted with color. I still have to put the cording around this one, but there is my spring. And it's probably going to be in a frame that is white. My thought is that I'm going to put autumn and winter into that black frame. And I'm going to put spring and summer into a white frame. And so if I can't find a frame, and this is a pretty standard size frame. So if you're shopping for thrift store frames, this is a 8 by 20. It is a pretty standard size. I found multiples of 8 by 20 frames in thrift stores. So now I'm going to be on the hunt for a white one, or find one that's not so have so many ornamental designs on it. You know, it's very fancy smancy. And I'm looking for something a little more simple like the black one. And then I will get that and do that way. But that is my fully finished for spring. And I love that fabric in the background here. And the pink going around it. It looks really cool. So that is all my fully finishes that I have, I think. I'm looking. I do have this design. I've been racking my brain over this. This is called Autumn Bouquet. It is by Blackbird Designs. This is the design right here. And I have racked my brain trying to get a frame to fit this. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I need to make this into a drum, because I cannot find a frame. And I'm thinking if a frame is that skinny, it's going to look funny. And so I think I'm going to turn that into a drum. So I don't know how long that's going to take before I do it, but I need to find some fabrics that go with the design. And then I'm going to have to look and see if I can find some motif fabric that's similar to the designing, and see if I can get that finished, because I really would like to have that one done as well. Okay, what have I been working on? Oh, I do have some finishes. Let's talk about my finishes. So my first finish is called Winter Blue Jay, Winter Bird Blue Jay. That is by Soda Stitch. I started this with my friend Wendy. I finally resolved to be finished with it. I did not want to make it winter, so I took the red berries and the snow and the snowflakes off of it, changed it out to some greenery and some little flowers, and this is my finish. So I'm happy with that. I might add a few leaves in there somewhere, but for the most part, I think I'm done with it. I'm going to put this on a little pillow and I'm going to call it done. So that's my first one. Then I have Bird Herd as a finish, and I kind of cut this one short. You know, I went through, I've been feeling really overwhelmed with the amount of whips that I have, that I'm never going to get them finished, that, you know, there's just too many and I can't stitch on them all. And I came to the conclusion that I needed to hibernate. That's what I'm calling it. I think some people call it that too. I thought that was my original thing, but I don't think it is now. I want to hibernate some of my cross stitch and cut myself down to a limited amount that I can get done. And I can't add to it until I get something done. So that's what I did. I think I knocked it down to 13. And I think I'm at 10 or 11 right now, because I took care of Soda Stitch. I took care of Bird Herd. I decided I didn't want to stitch the whole design. I love the birds, but I didn't want to do the rest. So I ended up cutting this off, and I'll show you in a minute, and I'm going to make a project bag out of it. That is my thought. This is on a 16 count Picture This Plus Heritage Ada, and this is where I stopped. Let me just fold this up. Well, we do it this way. There it is. I just did the birds and the branch, and that's what I decided to do. And I think it looks cute just like that. And that's my philosophy now. My philosophy is just like needleworker Kim, okay? You don't have to do the whole design. Just do the part that you love, put it in a frame and be done. So I stopped where it was. I finished the branch, added the little berries where I wanted them. And I'm like, I'll just put that on a project bag. I think that would be an adorable project bag for bird stitches. So that's what I decided to do. So that is now a finish. The next finish I have was part of my Christmas in July. So I talked about doing Christmas in July and a couple of patterns that I wanted to do. One of them being a Merry Little Surprise, which was the the Prairie Schooler ones. And I finished one of the Santas. So they're pretty quick. You can finish them in a day or two. And so I finished one. So, and here he is, and this is on a 32 count. Oh, what did I do with the bag? I think I wrote it down what it is. It is, that's not it. It is on a 32 count dirty linen. And look how cute he is. Is that not adorable? So I made the decision that I'm going to do my Santas all a little differently. So my thought was, hold on, I got to get a drink. My thought is that I want to do the Santas, but I want to do their coats and pants in different colors. So I did do him in red, but I pulled out some other colors to do. So I have, it's not this one, it's this one. So I have some reds, but I also pulled some greens to do a green coat, and I pulled some blues to do blue. So the next one I do, I'm going to do it in a different color on his suit and his hat. So the next one I choose will be a different color, be on the same fabric, because I think he just pops on there, doesn't he? He looks absolutely fabulous. So cute. Ho ho. So that was a finish. And I think that is all of my finishes and fully finishes. Put this back in here. I remember showing you last time I had made a couple of panels that were Christmas, and I said I was going to turn them into a project bag. There is my project bag. Those are the two panels I showed that I had stitched, quilted. So I think it came out absolutely adorable. I love this bag. Love this bag. I want to do it again. I want to do a bunch of squares. I don't know if I'll do 2x2 again. I might do 3x3. 2x2 was a little much, but love the bag. So that bag goes into there along with the other Christmas that I was working on, which is Souvenirs of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread. I am working this on a 36 count linen called, I think it's American Chestnut is what I think it is. I thought I had it written down. Let me see if it's in the bag here. It is. It's 36 count linen R&R American Chestnut. So, and this is where I'm at with it. Make sure I got it facing the right way. So I got a little bit done. There it is. Now their design, I think, is done on 28 count Mushroom Lugana 1/1. I am doing mine over 2. I wanted it a little bit bigger than 1/1. So I'm doing it 2/2 on 36 count. I think that's what I'm doing. It might be 1. No, I think it's 2/2. I think I'm doing 2/2 on 36 count. So cute, cute, cute. So I have that to continue working on. I have worked on my Barefoot Days by Leela Studio. And I finished one of the flip-flops. So there it is there. I finished the one with the lighthouse. And here it is. I'm going to hold it up with the paper so you can see it. It is on a 36 count white linen. And there's my flip-flop. Isn't that adorable? How could you not love that flip-flop? It is adorable. So I'm looking forward to doing the second one. So tomorrow when I meet my friend Wendy to do some stitching, I'll be stitching on hopefully my flip-flop. Try to get that done. The next thing I'm going to show is another series one that I was working on. I have 3 of these done. This is the last one I need to get done, and it's a Little House Needleworks ABC series. This is Summer ABCs. And the last time I showed this, I had talked about changing all the colors, that I was doing it in the color scheme that My Life with Miss Sassy on Instagram had posted on her Instagram account. And so this is where I'm at with it right now. And of course I've got a string hanging from it, so I apologize because I was in the middle of stitching apparently when I stopped this. But this is a piece of 32 count linen that I hand dyed myself, and it's nice and long, but this is where I'm at with it. So I've gotten all the letters all the way down, and I don't mind telling you that I goofed on at least two of these letters right now, and I'm not unstitching it or anything because I think they're supposed to be 10 stitches high, and two of them ended up being 9 stitches, which screwed me up, and I've had to readjust some of my little motifs because of it. But it is what it is. So I've gotten this all the way down to where it says lemonade is completed. And then I just have to finish all this down here. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done, and then it will be up for next summer because spring is still hanging up in my living room because I don't have summer done. But I haven't felt like working on it that much. So I'm not overly concerned about it. It'll eventually get done. My next one is Brenda Gervais, The Light of Winter. I've done quite a bit of this one. I went to a little get together a couple weeks ago, and somebody had this finished. Another person was working on it. It was a whip of mine. I'm like, I really need to get that done. I don't want to be the last one to have mine finished. That is not cool. So this is where I'm at with it. Whoops. Come on, stay up there. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. And I've completed a lot on this. I finished all this over here. I got all the trees in. I got this in, and now I'm working my border around. And sorry I'm not showing my stitching like I did last time. I will go back to that. This is very difficult for my back right now, but I just wanted to run through this and get all this done. I didn't want to have to reset up. So it is beautiful. It is on a piece of R&R American Chestnut. This is the rest of that American Chestnut. And I have been gung-ho on this for the last few days. I have not been able to put it down. So that makes me feel pretty good that I'm going to continue on this one until it is fully finished. And the last one I want to show you is by a new creation studio. She has a stitch along for the month of July. If you've not seen this, you can go over to Instagram and look her up, a new creation studio, and I'll make sure I post her down below. And she is doing a 4-piece nativity for the month of July, and they're just little mini stitches. This is the first one. She's releasing one a week, and I chose to do mine. You pick your own colors. You pick a light color fabric, a dark color floss. I am doing mine in silky, so it's that silky hunter green, and I'll post a picture here. And the other 3 she has not released yet. It's not the end of the week. It might be this weekend or something she releases it. But just cute little stitches, and absolutely love it. There it is. There's mine. I got one of the shepherds up. You can see there's a sheep here. There's another one here. There's another shepherd. And there's a big star in the center of them I'm working on. But such a cute little stitch. Make adorable ornaments. Please go check her out, Allison, at A New Creation Studio, and check out her stitching. She always has a lot of beautiful patterns for sale. And this is just adorable. And it is on sale, 20% off until the end of July. So if you want to join in on it, you can get your pattern at 20% off now until the end of July. There are, like I said, 4 patterns. Only one has been released so far because they only take like a day or 2 to stitch. So that is that. I did get a new light, Benq, the e-light. They sent me an e-reading light. I'm sure you've seen other another crafters or cross stitches have got the light to review. They sent it to me. I was thrilled to get it. I spent several days using it because I wanted to give um, exactly how I felt about the light, what I liked about the light, if there was anything I didn't like about the light. And so I'm going to post the video here. I shot the video in the living room where my stitching area is, where I put the light. So we're going to post that here. I wanted to take some time today to share a new light that I have that's a reading light and a stitching light, and it is this Benq e-reading light. And they shipped it to me, and I wanted to spend a couple days working with it to see how I liked it before I spoke about it on my channel. And I have to say that I really do enjoy the light a great deal. Before I would start stitching, I would use my magnifier light. So this is my Mighty Bright magnifier light. Sorry, it's noisy. And I thought that was bright enough for me to stitch with, and I would use that wearing my bifocals and using the magnifier and stitching that way. And I've stitched that way for quite some time. And after trying this light for a couple days, and this is my stitchy spot, so I'm sitting in my stitchy spot right now, I have to tell you that I love this lamp. I love how bright it is. I love the modes that it has when I'm stitching or when I'm reading or using my computer. I love that it is movable. It can move to whatever I need it to move in, and it has several different modes. And I have found that it really does help with my eye strain and how I've been feeling, especially when I'm reading and stuff, how my eyes, if I have to have a bright enough light over me to read, how that affects my reading and how enjoyable it is to me. So I will tell you, this has multiple modes, and I'll show you how easy it is. And I have to tell you, when I took it out of the box, it was quite easy to put together. It came in two pieces. It came in the base, and then it came with the arm. And it was just a matter of slipping it on, and they give you a little tool to tighten it, and that is it. It is on there. The base is very sturdy. It is heavy. It's not too heavy that you can't pick it up, but it is heavy enough that the lamp will not topple no matter where you put it. The lamp will stay and the base will hold it. So I'll put it like over me and it's holding it, which makes it really great. What I love about it is it can go low enough that I can read and not have the light in my eyes. So I can put it to this right here, and it suggests you put it below your eye level when you're reading, and that you put your book down or whatever you're reading and you can see it without that bright light shining in your eyes. The second thing that I love about it is that you can control the brightness of the light. So if you don't want it that bright, you can tone it down. You can change the color of the light. So if the bright white is too much for you, you can change it. So let's talk about it. I'm going to put the light on. I'm going to adjust just a little here. And it's as simple as a touch on it. And there the light is on. And we'll put it back to where it was. And if you hold your fingers on it for 2 seconds, it changes the mode. So there is the mode for reading. You can see how bright that got all of a sudden. And you can turn the knob here, and it controls temperature and it controls how bright it is. So if I'm on here and I'm turning, and you can see that the temperature of the light is changing. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It is changing a little. And then if I touch down again, and let it go. Whoops, I touched it with my finger, so I shut it off. There we go. Okay, put it back. Come on. There we go. Back to the book mode. Okay, so if I touch here and then I touch the knob, it'll adjust the color temperature. Touch again and then twist, and you can see it changes. It makes it, well, that was the color tone, sorry. There's the color. And then when I touch again, it'll turn the light really low, or I can put it really high. I like it to be the bright white. Put it back to that. And it makes reading so much comfortable. And if you don't like the brightness of the light, you certainly can change the tone of the light to be a warmer tone and then tone it down. Now, if I hold it again, it's going to change to a computer mode. There it goes. And that's green on here. And again, this is for your computers, or if you're working on something where you don't need a bright light, but you want to have some added light besides the computer monitor to offset all that, the blue light that you get from computer screens. And again, you can do the same thing. You can change the color and the tone, or if you touch down again, you could turn down the light. So much function in this light that I really do like it. I've enjoyed reading with it. If I touch it again, it's going to go off. I've enjoyed reading with it. I have enjoyed stitching with it, that I don't have to use my magnifier anymore for most of my stitching because the light is bright enough and not in my face that I can actually see the holes on my stitching. Now I will continue to use my magnifier, or I have my little magnifying glasses if I'm doing 40 count, because again, my eyes are bad enough that no matter what light I have, I can't stitch with it. But with this light, I can see up to 36 count and not use magnification at all, which is absolutely fabulous. I love that. The other thing is that Benq is going to be on Amazon Prime July 16th and 17th. So they're telling me that they're going to have 10% off their lights on Prime Day with free shipping. Now, I will tell you that I am not a Prime member. I used to be for years and years, but once COVID hit, I stopped using Prime membership because they couldn't guarantee their 2-day shipping anymore, but that's my own beef. Um, so I don't use it. And they, every once in a while, like every 6 months, they'll give me a month free to try it out again. So if I have to buy anything in it and I have to wait for Prime to get free shipping, then I will do that. Otherwise, most of the things that I purchase on Prime, if you order over 35, then you get free shipping anyway. But I digress. We're going to go back to what we're talking about. The light will be on Prime 16th and 17th with 10% off. With that being said, I went on Amazon this morning because I wanted to look at the light, see the pricing. It is regularly $229. And I noticed, number one, that whether you're a Prime member or not, because of the price of the lamp, you're going to get free shipping. Prime members will get it a little quicker than you will, but if you're not a Prime member, not a big deal. You still get free shipping. The second thing I want to tell you is right now, as I'm looking at it, certain colors of the lamps are already discounted today. So you will get more than 10% off if you purchase it when you check it out today, tomorrow, the next day, before Prime hits, because I don't know if they're going to raise the prices back up on those colors or not. So like there's a blue one, a gold one, and another color, and they're at 194 right now with free shipping. So that is more than 10%. That is more like 20% or more. So if you really want the light, and I'll tell you, it's really worth the price as far as the quality of the lamp, the sturdiness of the lamp, how the lamp functions, very happy with it. Then you can get it now for $194 in free shipping. And I think it even works better, and in fact it does work better than my OT lamp. I have an OT lamp sitting on the other side over here, and I don't have any controls on it. So it is bright as bright can be, and I like to dim it sometimes. I don't want, and sometimes I have to stop using the OT light because it was so bright that it would frustrate me, and it would, affect my eyes. And after a while, that gets to you, that brightness in your face, or even right at your head, and of course it bounces in your glasses and stuff. But a good value for the money. And I definitely would suggest, if you're looking for a light, that this is an awesome choice. So I just want to sit here in my stitchy spot and share my views on the lamp. I know a lot of floss tubers have received the lamps and they did reviews on the lamps, and I think some of the things they didn't share. Hopefully I've shared any questions that you had with the lamp. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to post them below in the comment section. I will be glad to answer any questions. Like I said, I have used the lamp for several days now, and I am quite happy with it. I think it is an awesome lamp. I love the fact, like I said, that I can lower the light below my eye level, and I can control the tone of the light, the color of the light, and the brightness of the light. So I hope that helps somebody if they're looking for lighting. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I tried to be as informative as I could be on the light, giving all the information, the different ways the light works, how I felt it was working, and if you are interested, how to reach out to Benq to get the light. So I just wanted to put that out there. I do absolutely love the light. I'm thrilled. And it will stay at my stitchy spot. It was my plan to put it here at my desk so when I was working on things I could use it, but it's going to stay at my stitchy spot. I might remove my Mighty Bright magnifier, my lighted magnifier out of there and just use that light. So I was really thrilled with that. Okay, I'm going to move something here because I've got a pile. I did go to a stitch, like I said, a stitching event with some stitchy friends. It might have been last Saturday. I'm losing track of time. And they were so sweet to me, those girls. They were sweet enough to give me a little gift. They gave me a card with condolences for my mother, which I was so touched by. But then there was a gift involved as well. And I'm going to tear up right now because I wasn't expecting any of that, and it really shocked me. It was a beautiful, pleasant surprise. But they gifted me with this My Sister's samplers. It's a little letters. It's a complete kit of a reproduction. It says at first in a series of miniature sampler reproductions. So this is what the box looks like. And it's the cutest little thing. So you open it up. Here's your pattern. And in the box comes 46 count linen. I'm going to need that magnifier for that. It's just a little roll, so cute. It comes with the needle on a piece of wool. It comes with the 2 colors of floss that you need. And look at, they got them rolled up on these little wooden thread keepers, which is too adorable. You get your beeswax, because everybody needs beeswax. And it comes with a needle minder, which is a replication of the sampler. Such a sweet and thoughtful thing for them to do. And I realized after looking at it for a while, I'm going to add my mother's name and her birthday and date of death on here as a reminder, not only of her, but of the sweet ladies that were so kind to me at the Stitchers retreat. It's not a retreat, it was just a Stitchers day. So thank you, ladies. Just very touching. I appreciate it. So I got that. And then, oh, I did forget one more finish. I knew there was something. You know, I'm working on the seasons 2 samplers, and I finished July. So I was really, and the reason this is sitting aside, because I was a little disappointed, because I started finishing it, and there it is, July, with the corn stalks, and realized when I pulled out my May that the fabric that I stitched on was not 32 count. This is 32 count. Obviously, this is 36. So now I have to restitch July. So I'm like, okay, I know you're saying, what's the big deal? Just stick it on there and be done. I would like to do that, but I really don't like that much fabric showing. It bugs me. I don't know why. Normally I just let it go, finish it and be done, but it bugs me. So I'll have to restitch that at some point. And now it's July and really need to start stitching August, and I haven't done that yet. So I might push that aside until next year now, because I've kind of lost my steam for it. My friend Melissa, who is the 4th grade stitcher on YouTube, if you're not watching her, I'm going to post her below. She made these adorable thread holders because they were working on One Nation. So she called me. She said, we're working on One Nation. Do you want to work on it too? And I said, well, I already have One Nation going. I said, so awesome. I'll bring it with me and I'll put some stitches in it while you guys are working on yours. She said, cool. She said she made these thread drops. Well, when we got there, I pull out my One Nation. She said, oh, that looks nice. And she said, but that's not the one we're working on. I said, this is the only one that's called One Nation. She goes, no, we're working on primitives, One Nation Under Liberty, I think is what it's called, which is a totally different pattern. And I'm like, I don't want to do that one. I'll stick with my regular One Nation. But she had made these thread drops for One Nation Under Liberty, and she gave me some, and they're just so stinking cute. So these are the ones she made. Look at the little soldier guy, the little, oh my God, words just come out of me. What is he? He's American soldier, American Revolution soldier. And then when you flip it over, it's like a little Betsy Ross. And then there are all these thread drops in between that you can use. There's flags and the Star Spangled Banner and some other patriotic stuff. Just a lot of little thread drops that she made that were so adorable. So I absolutely love these. So, so cute. I have them. My next start of patriotic, I may use these. I almost hate to use them. I may have to use a piece of tape on them to write my numbers and stuff on because I don't want to write on them. I may have to use a piece of Scotch tape or something and then be able to peel it right back off. So, so cute. Thank you so much, Melissa. Make sure you check out Melissa. I'll get on her. She needs to post another video, so I'm going to have to get on her to get that done. School is out, baby. Get that video up. Okay, this is the rest of what I got. I had spoken last time about the keepsakes calendar, and people asked me how to get in touch with Craftways to get the calendar. So I'm going to post the phone number here. I will also post it below. There is an 800 number where you can order it. I received my calendar, and that was pretty darn quick. With shipping and everything, it was $19.93, and there are several patterns that I absolutely love in this calendar. So there's the calendar there. These are all the patterns that are in the calendar. If you want to look, take a close-up of those, then go ahead and freeze this screen so you can blow it up and look at them. But lots of ones that I absolutely love. And then the patterns themselves come in a book. And I will tell you, well, let's do a little flip through here because some of them are quite interesting who the designers are. I'm not going to show them all. But some of the more well-known designers, Elizabeth Spurlock, she did this one here, which is the mandala, the pinky mandala, and that is so cute. That is a beautiful color shade of pink. And right now, I've changed my mind. I'm going to flip through the whole thing, okay? Because not many people are going to have this, and you're going to want to know what's in it. So let's back up. The first one is Vintage Botanicals. And I can't show it very big because they don't have a big picture of it. But that's the picture right there. Got 3 little mini ornaments that have flowers on them. And this is by Barbara Campagna. So it's 3 cute little designs. The next one is called Cozy Respite. This is by Susan Bates. I haven't heard about Susan Bates for a long time. But there you go. There's the second one. And that one is 17 by 19 inches on 14 count Aida. And has quite a few colors in it. The next one I just showed you, which was Elizabeth Spurlock's mandala. That is, let's see, what size is it? Design size is 8.5 all the way around. Again, perfect size for one of those round frames that I showed. Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to pause right here because my battery's dead, so I'll be back in just a minute. Hi guys, sorry about the venue change here. I had to get my laptop out and film this because my iPad went completely dead after trying 4 times to film, and it's taken too long to charge. I need to get this done because hubby will be home soon for dinner. So we were at Elizabeth Spurlock's lovely, what's it say? Layered and Lovely. That was the mandala, which is really pretty. It's got 7 colors of pink and purple in it. It's really pretty. 8.5 inch round, and that's what I was talking about, the frames and stuff, to make sure that you're grabbing frames that are ovals, because it's hard to frame anything as oval if you don't actually have a frame for it. This one is called Blooming Still Life. It is adapted for cross stitch by Barbara Anna. Look, I think I need to do this one. I like that a lot. That is very pretty. It is 8 1/4 by 8 5/8. It has tons of colors. I would say at least 30 colors in it, probably. It's done on a piece of 16 by 16 count, piece of 14 count Mystic Gray Ada by Swigart. Carrot Patch is really cute, and again, I'm going to have to show this, but I can't because they don't show a bigger picture of it, but this one's too cute too. It's called Carrot Patch, and I think that's adorable. I hope you guys can see these pictures okay. My screen's a little dark. This one is by Cheryl McKinnon. It is, design size is 12 inches by 6 inches. It's not that big. Do I have a better shot of it on the calendar itself? Let me see. Right, can you guys see that right there? There it is. What a great picture. Let me see. Where is the, hold on. Let me find the, oh, there we go. See? There it is. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. That's a cool Easter springy design. Okay. The next one is Laundry Day. I'll show that on here too, because this is going to be a lot easier. Laundry Day. And this is a design by Barbara Sestock. It is 150 wide by 90 high. That's the stitch count. And it's got quite a few. It's got some back stitching in it, some French knots. The next one is Summer Symphony. It's a floral design. It is by Jane Greenoff. It is 107 wide by 82 high. Design size is 7 5/8 by 5 7/8. Sorry, I'm a finger licker. The next one is called Tucked Away Treehouse. This is by Doreen Jones. And there it is there. It is, finished size is 9 by 11. So that would fit a standard size frame. Cute little tree house. This one is called Luminating. It is by Poppy Benner. It is a 8-inch round, again with the round designs. A lot of people are designing in round nowadays, so I think that's adorable. I love that. I remember fireflies when we were a kid, and it was great having them around. This one here is called Ode to Autumn. This is Emma Condon. This is the one I said I really want to stitch. I don't know if I can take out the word September and put the word summer in there. I would have liked that and made it more summery. And then there's one called Boo Crew. Let's see if I can find that in here because the picture is really small. And that's this here. And this is by Ursula Michaels. And you can see those are smalls. And then we have Owl Watch. I'm going to show that in the book too because that one's super cool. It's like a watercolor owl. Look at that. I love that. The pumpkins, the whole thing, I think that's really pretty. That is by Awesome Design Studio. It is 140 wide by 107 high. And then the last one, of course, is the Santa and the Snowman, which is these two right here. And they are by Lisa Miller. And they are 94 by 94 a piece. So that's the books. It got here so fast, and I love to have a calendar around, so that worked out great. I appreciated that. I did get a few things. I went on to Bestitch Me's Friday Night Fight Night a couple weeks ago and won a couple of fabrics. I actually won about 5, but I had to cut it down to 2 because, and I think I might have shown these before, I can't remember, but I got the sea glass. I think I did show these. I got the sea glass and I got the whimsical. Didn't I show these before? I think I did. And then I got the, it's like the primary colors in silk, which is cute. The only other things I got was I picked up another hardcover Prairie Schooler. You know, I'm always on the hunt for these. And I found this one, book number 181, called Heads Up. It's one of the Halloween ones I didn't have in the cardstock, so I picked up that. And then while I was at the retreat, there were several ladies there that were selling patterns and fabrics, and I was lucky enough to pick up this, which is Moon Garden. This is one of those hard to find, sought after ones. I paid $10 for it. She was just so sweet, and she just gave them for the retail that she paid for them. So definitely want to do that one. I did have some winners for my patterns. We're going to go through this really quick because I've got to get my husband's dinner in. The first one was Viva la France, as you remember. That's this one right here, and the winner is Ava Allen 7117. Ava, you won the Viva la France pattern. Please contact me below. My email is at the bottom, crossmystitches@yahoo.com. The next one was the sampler. And I don't know why I stuck 2 stickets on each of these because I'm not thinking straight. This is the sampler. It was called Mary Sanderson 1823, and the winner on this is Cindy B 4486. Cindy B 4486. Please reach out to me. Got my email below. The next one was a Home Sweet Home pattern, and the winner of this is Susan Serafine 3383. Susan Serafine, I think that's how it's pronounced. 3383. Please send an email to my address with your full name and address, and I will get that out to you. And the last one that I did the giveaway on was Grace by Stony Creek. And of course I laughed when I got the name of the person that won this one. Amy. Amy loves toads. I think I have your address. I will get this in the mail to you. Congratulations, Amy. So those were the 4 for this week. I did have 2 from the previous week that still have not contacted me. So this is the last call. This one is called The Power of Love. And the winner on it, I don't know why I wrote peace across there. Oh, that's why. That was the word of the day. It is Afton Grove Knitter. So Afton Grove Knitter, if you're watching, please send me an email so you can collect your pattern. If I don't hear from you, I'll redraw that one. And the second one was Take Me to the Sea. And the winner of this one was Tracy Schroed 9047. Haven't heard from you. So if I don't hear in the next 2 weeks, I'll redraw some names. Okay, so last thing I want to share is Stitchers projects. So last time I talked about sharing some Stitchers projects. If you want to share yours and show me what you're working on, I'll share it on my Flosstube. That would be fun. So I want to share a couple of things that one of our subscribers, Linda, shared with me. The first one up, and I'll post pictures here, was called Cheer Up Dude, It's Christmas. That is the Grinch. Linda did him on a 28 count light blue linen. She thinks it was called Ice. It was from Hobby Lobby. And she did color change the coat, the hat, and the shoes from 304 to 321. She wanted a little brighter. She also changed out the colors in the bulbs, all the bulbs around. She did cut different color changes there. Linda, it looks absolutely fabulous. Thank you for sharing it. She also shared the second one, which is Spring Quaker from Primrose Cottage. And this particular piece, she did it on a 28 count Monaco that she hand dyed herself. You go, girl. And she used Classic Color Works Blooming Crocus as the color. So I think she's got that finished now. She was showing it. It was almost completed. So absolutely beautiful. Their designs are fabulous. All the Quaker ones. I have not bought any yet. I'm trying to refrain, but I probably will buy them at some point. So that was that. Thank you, Linda, so much for sharing that. I encourage other people, other subscribers, even if you're not a subscriber and you want to share your stitching with me, please send me an email, crossmystitches@yahoo.com. Give me the information about your pattern and what fabric you stitched, any changes you made, and I'll share it on the channel and show everybody what you're working on. So absolutely, if you're doing something I'm doing, please share it. I need to see that. Okay, so I do want to give a couple of shout outs real quick. I want to thank Cross Stitch the Globe and Sarah Stitching Spot. They both shouted me out in the last few weeks, so I just want to thank you so much. I really enjoy watching both of your channels. I will post a link below if you have not watched them before. Please click the link and check them out. Both the girls on Cross Stitch the Globe, they're lots of fun to watch. They're good interaction together. And of course, Sarah's Stitching Spot, you gotta love her. She's hilarious. The two people that I have been watching lately is E Crafting in Colorado. She cracks me up. I cannot remember her first name. Nope, I can't remember it. But she just cracks me up. She is hilarious, and I love all the things she's stitching on. And then Lady Marmalade, if you haven't seen her, another one who's fun to watch, and I make sure I don't miss a update when they do their updates. I think that's it. I've got to run. I've got to go throw my husband's meal in the refrigerator, and that's him now. So take care. Bye.